Hello, my friends. It's Katie Rubin, your friendly neighborhood modern mystic, energy healer, divine light channel, stand-up comedian, all-around sassy, irreverent, woo-woo lady about town with an injured ankle. So good to see you all. Happy Monday. I'm so happy to have clients and classes and things like this to do, because otherwise I'm laying down with pain in my ankle. That's what's happening. I think that if one human could keep the entire ibuprofen business alive, you're looking at her. So much ibuprofen. All right, I've pulled 3 cards for you guys. This is an interesting one, and it actually makes a lot of sense to me, given that it's the holidays and a lot of people are with their families, and sometimes family time is nice and lovely, and sometimes, challenging. I just want to remind everybody that if things are challenging with your family, there's nothing wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with you. Get some space. Talk to a good friend. Vent your feelings. Then come back to center, do your best, but then get the hell out of there as soon as you need to. There's nothing wrong with leaving before you said you would. You got to take care of you. If you don't clean and take care of the temple through which the light comes, aka your body, being, soul, spirit, self, personality, ego, mind, you can't really use the gifts you're given. So you don't have to stay tormented to prove that you're a good child, son, mother, daughter. Take breaks. Take care of you. Okay, the recent past, here's where we've been. Right now, success is easy and effortless. The recent past is called the Ride the Wave card. Oh, I didn't show it to you. Dolphins, ocean, ride the wave. Wow, the dog just really farted on my lap. Wow. She's got her head down like that in shame from the stench of that fart. You can be assured that you're entering a time when you can ride the wave of abundance. This is the recent past. Okay, the tide has turned and you can put your surfing skills to the test. Everything that you know, all your talents coupled with your hopes and dreams will carry you forward. People and circumstances have come out of the ocean of potential and possibility to take shape in a wave of spectacular activity. Know that you're definitely on the right path. Now, I remember this card has shown up because God damn it, I love this. When people say to me I'm not sure how to trust a group reading. Like how are you reading why would I watch that if it's for a group? And I understand the question from the mind. You guys, you have to remember, spirit operates from so far beyond the mind. It's from an expanded realm of consciousness wherein all things are possible. That's the whole thing about spiritual realm. All things are possible in the realm of spirit. That's why we have to connect with it. Receive from it, activate ourselves in alignment with it. Okay. Point being, I'm amazed that this is here in the recent past position, and it's the number 14, because we've had that in our recent readings recently. Okay. And so it's that was the past when it was in the reading. Now here it is telling us it was in the past. I should pull these in front of you guys so you know I'm pulling them in the moment. Okay. Goblins, present moment. Here's where we are. Hanging out with family. This is the glare on my thing. This is what the Goblins card looks like. It's not the most peppy, sunny card. Goblins are born when you're wounded, and something essential is lost in that experience. From that point on, as you forget your wholeness, says Colette Baron Reed of the Enchanted Map Oracle cards. From that point on, as you forget your wholeness, they remain with you in the shadows. There they remind you of what brought them into being by mimicking your own voice. This is an important part about the goblins. Tricking you into believing that you're unworthy, victimized, or unlovable. They hold you hostage through low self-worth, self-sabotage, and the feeling that you're lacking what you need. If goblins pay you a visit, know that they represent the shadow of your own self, or someone else's shadow, and that they're leading you into a potentially reactive situation. Remember what we were saying a minute ago? If you're in with the fam dam, get out so you don't have to react. Go run an errand. Go to the grocery store. Take a walk around a park. Walk a dog. Do anything that gets you out of the space. A goblin's card appearance is an opportunity for growth, however, and a signal that you must love yourself. No human is without flaws. The goblin's message is that you must release resentments and negative self-talk. Within you is the spark of the divine. Ask spirit to help heal you. Miracles can and do happen. Let go of negativity. Okay, look, let's just revisit these little concepts right here. Goblins are born when you're wounded and something essential is lost in that experience. From that point on, as you forget your wholeness, they remain with you in the shadows. And then when you go visit family, they show up because you're in the shadows. You're stepping into the place where the people who can push your buttons best are. You're going to the button pushing factory. Okay. There they remind you of what brought them into being by mimicking your own voice, tricking you into believing that you're unworthy, victimized, or unlovable. They hold you hostage through low self-worth, self-sabotage, and the feeling that you're lacking what you need. If goblins pay you a visit, they represent the shadow of your own self or someone else's shadow, okay? They're leading you into a potentially reactive situation. It's an opportunity for growth, a signal that you must love yourself. This is the key. People always ask me in healing class, like, how do I not react to my parents? Part of the answer is you got to get out of there when it's too hard. You got to get out of there. There's nothing wrong with you for having a hard time around people that are hard for you. Do you understand? You don't, but that's okay. Part two is if you were to fully re-love yourself and reparent yourself, when you were with your family, you'd love yourself so much that the ways that they are showing not love. Now, let's be real. It's not that your parents don't love you per se, or your family doesn't love you, or people who trigger you don't love you. It's that they're not showing love. When people do judgment at you, or when people shame you, blame you, attack you, they're not showing you love. They're creating in that moment separation between their heart and yours because of injuries they carry, not because of you. It's not about you. It's about an injury from their past that they're carrying that causes them to act that way. So when you feel super whole and spiritually fit, when people do that kind of stuff at you, it's okay by you, or it's less terrible for you because you're feeling super whole and spiritually fit. But let me be clear. Even Gandhi had to get away from his mom sometimes. The most spiritually fit among us can only do so much sitting in the space of compassion for somebody else's pain. At a certain point, you have to walk away and take a breather and be around energies that nurture and nourish you. So, yes, the goal is to do so much personal growth work, be so connected to spirit that you're very, very comfortable in the presence of challenging people. And sometimes the best of us, we have to walk away, get some space, find our center again, so that we have the strength to enter the belly of the beast. There's nothing wrong with you for needing to take care of yourself. Okay, the outcome card, after you've processed your goblins in the present moment, there at your uncle's house in Kentucky. A true commitment is responsibility. Oh, we get the commitment card is the outcome card, which I don't know if you've been watching these, but that bad boy keeps coming up a lot lately. A true commitment, which is so interesting. It's very interesting. A true commitment is a responsibility of the heart, mind, body, and soul. This is a good time to make one. Interesting. Partnerships formed at this time are harmonious and powerful. The commitment card also indicates the natural evolution of a relationship from its inception to a literal or metaphorical marriage. At the very least, there is a promise of fulfillment in some form. However, you must be conscious of what you're committing to. Be clear about the nature of your commitment and your responsibility to it. Others are more willing to enter into partnerships at this time. Remember that your partnership with spirit and the highest version of your own self will engage the highest self in another. See, that's really important, that last part. Remember that your partnership with spirit and the highest version of your own self will engage the highest self in another. In other words, if you're in a reactive situation with family right now, for example, I'm just using that, by the way, as a metaphor. You might be in a totally different context, or maybe you're not with family right now. But wherever you are, that there's reactivity happening for you or potentially arising for you. When we are in our best, most spiritually centered space, we bring that out in others. But when we're in our reactive, younger, wounded space, or when the goblins are visiting us and we're living from that energy, we're going to bring that out in others. So even though our past is not our fault, and let me be clear, your past is not your fault. Unfortunately, it is our responsibility. Your past is not your fault, but it is your responsibility. In other words, nobody in the room you're in is probably going to take as much responsibility as you are. Why? Because you're someone watching this video. And if you're someone watching this video, you're someone who does self-work. And if you're someone who does self-work, you're probably the person in the room who's most likely to get spiritually fit. But remember, you're getting spiritually fit for you, so you get to feel peaceful. And the good news is when you get spiritually fit, it brings out the spiritual fitness in the people around us. So we've had a recent past tide of abundance that's led us to a present moment challenge where the goblins of low self-esteem and low self-worth might be up for you right now. But as you process that and sit with it and find self-love again, however you do that, I do it through spiritual connection and through inner growth work and processing my feelings. However you do it, if you find your way back to self-love, the outcome is it's a good time to make commitments and be aware of the commitments you're making and the fact that the people around you are more ready to make them than you might be. So look closely at what the commitment is and just be conscious of it. When you're ready to take yourself to your next spiritual level, you could consider joining us for Star Beings class. This is a mid-level to advanced energy healing class that starts next week, the week of January 3rd. It's a 7-week class online. I transmit very high vibrational light each week in a healing for the group. And we get a lot of coaching and feedback from your guides in the Akashic records of you specifically. So join us for that. And writing class has begun. You've only missed 1 week, though. It's called Writing in Alignment. You can write whatever. I got people just processing their life on paper, and I've got people writing novels, and I've got people submitting to the New York Times and getting published. What? I've got playwrights, stand-up comics. You can be any kind of writer at any level, and you're welcome to this class because it's workshop style, where you bring your writing and you get direct feedback from yours truly once a week. And we write together once a week on Saturdays as well. More info about that if you email me. It's really good to see you all. Thank you guys for letting me be of service to you. I'm telling you this, however many minutes, 11 minutes and 58 seconds, I am not thinking about the pain in my ankle. I'm thinking about contributing to you. So thank you for letting me be of maximum service to you and to the rest of my fellows on this planet. When you need a reading or a healing, katierubin.com. Get it going. Make it happen. I love you. Take care of you.